I went home, and then I took off again, and I went down to Frank Andrade's ranch.
Oh.
And I worked there for about a month, and then he suggested I try to get in the Army. Well, I was just shy of 21 years old, so I had to get permission from my father. But I wrote to him, and he sent his permission. And I joined E Troop, the 8th Cavalry, down in Fort Bliss, Texas. That's near El Paso. And I was in E Troop, the 8th Cavalry, until December of 40. No, December of 39, pardon me. December of 39. And
So after you worked on Frank Andrade's ranch, you just didn't want to do it anymore. He's the one who encouraged you to go into the
well, he encouraged me to go in the service because he didn't have enough work for me.
Oh.
And he had a brother-in-law who was a regimental sergeant major in the 8th Cavalry Regiment. And so I went down and I stayed with him, and he got me into the Army when they weren't enlisting.
In 1940, they weren't enlisted?
1939.
Oh.
1939.
When did the war start in Europe? Wasn't it in 39?
No, it was in 41.
No, we got in 41, Pearl Harbor.
We got in 41, but the war in Europe started. Yeah. Okay, so I rode horses and fired for a sharpshooter with a pistol.
I'm sorry, wait, where was the E Troop 8th Cavalry?
What's that?
Where was the E Troop 8th Cavalry? Is that at Fort Bliss?
That's at Fort Bliss. Okay. Then.
Did you make any friends then? In that
yes, I did. But so many things had happened to me in the years afterwards. I've forgotten their names that I can't remember, and I've lost all the papers I had. That would have helped me remember. So I don't know what to do about that. So anyway, I went from Fort Bliss to Marshfield, California.
Where was that near?
And I was in the...
I'm sorry, Dad, where was Marshfield near?
I'm near Riverside, California.
Is that north or south?
It's not far from Los Angeles. And I went there as a welding student, but there were no openings, so I was put on the line as an apprentice mechanic, and so I went to mechanic school, which I was very poor at, and then I came back from mechanic school and I was put into the 28th Composite Group. 28th Composite. I forget the. Were you school? No. I forget.
Now wait, somewhere around here you were in Geronimo. Is that back in
Where?
in the movie Geronimo?
Oh, I was at Fort Bliss, Texas.
Oh, okay. That was back when you were in the Eighth Cavalry.
Yeah, I was in the 8th Cavalry. I was in the picture then. All we got out of it was a big beer party.
Yeah.
That's all they.
That's how some people get out of their whole life. Okay. So you're a mechanic in California.
Then we went. I went to the 28th Composite Group, and they sent me back to radio school. Radio school in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh.
Near St. Louis. Then I went back to the 28th Composite Group, and they had no opening for me, so I was sent up to the 80th School Squadron up in Stockton, California, which is up near San Francisco. And while I was there, the day came when President Roosevelt got on the radio and gave his speech about this day shall live in infamy, you know. And we were in a war with Germany and
how did that feel?
Japan.
How did that feel, knowing that this time you were going to go overseas to be in a war?
Well, we didn't know it. We were in the 80th School Squadron. I could have stayed there and helped train other guys, you know.
Oh, school
squadron. But a fellow named Conrad and I had a little bit of wanderlust in our veins, and so we went to the sergeant major and we said we'd like to put in for overseas. Well, they agreed, and they sent us to a bowling field, D.C., which is right outside of Washington, D.C., and we went to school in the State Department in Washington, D.C., and learned how to operate the various coding devices and so on like that were used at that time. And so then I was sent from Bowling Field, D.C. down to West Palm Beach, Florida. You want to put all these places? West Palm Beach, Florida, down to Trinidad.
Trinidad? Where's that?
Somewhere around here.